So, concluding today's program, I'd like to thank all of my team members for, first and foremost, for being with us in the mission of making entrepreneurship accessible to more people, making sure that we're connected to the best of minds in the country and abroad, making sure that we're able to dig in depth about the success stories that the senior entrepreneurs have gone through and crafted, the insights that the experts and the senior entrepreneurs in Nepal have generated over time, and also keeping track of the wealth that Nepalese investors have accumulated as a good fortune, as an investable fortune. This is what we do at Next Venture Corp, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that we are able to support some of the highest potential holding entrepreneurs of Nepal in realizing their dreams. And as a small team of 10, 12 people, we run and operate a business accelerator program called Next Launchpad. That is the core operation of our company, where we annually work with around 10 companies, having some of the most ambitious and high potential founders. And we take them through a 4 months long journey of mentoring, business model refining, team strengthening, and enhancing their management and operational efficiencies where and when applicable. And eventually, taking them to a day when we feel that the companies are now well structured enough and the founders are now confident enough to take external capital and manage investor relations and also manage the growth of the company. Altogether, together with the founders, altogether taking all of these 10, 12 companies, we go to the investors and present our companies looking for growth capital. That's the major operation of Next Venture Corp. And in doing all of those things, we also make sure that we give back to the community, making sure that the knowledge that our mentors transfer to our portfolio companies and the team at Next Venture Corp, it does not just limit the horizon within our rooms. So we make sure that this knowledge is also transferred to a larger audience, to a larger mass. And Next Growth Conclave since 2016 has been that platform where we come out of our comfort zone, out of our rooms, out of our launch pad, and we bring these speakers, the successful entrepreneurs, investors, and ecosystem builders, people like yourselves and the investors on the other side, to this platform where we get to connect with more entrepreneurs from around the country, and via different online mediums, we also keep showcasing these knowledge-generating conversations that happen at Next Growth Conclave every year. And this journey that started in 2016 with the first edition has now come thus far. We've already have had 5 different editions. This is the 5th program that we're having, that we had throughout this day. And this will keep continuing until we are there. And in this journey, our sponsors, our speakers, and our partners have been very generous and supportive. And they have joined our mission of making entrepreneurship accessible to more people since the last 5 years. And we are hopeful that these partnerships will keep growing. Therefore, for this year's partnership, I'd like to thank our generous and futuristic partners who understood the opportunity that Next Growth Conclave presents to them for connecting them with entrepreneurs and also creating a web of evangelism where entrepreneurs who partake in our program not only learn from the speakers but also get to learn about the good that our sponsors and partner organizations have been doing. So without further ado, I'd like to thank our title partner, Kumari Bank, alongside our major partner, Gapu, and the sister company, associated company, Excel Trip OTA, Nepal Tourism Board for their consistent and continuous support since 2016, alongside Innovate Nepal Group, a conglomerate and investment holding company that runs more than 5 higher educational institutions around the country, including the prestigious Islington College, and all the partners, including Kathmandu Post, who've been with us throughout the journey. Now, moving further, I'd like to thank the efforts of all of my team members and everyone who were here today. I'm sure that you must have a day full of learning and networking. And as we move out of the room, whatever we've learned in the conclave today, let us make sure that we spread it across to a larger audience via social media and also during our individual interactions. Hoping that all of us will be able to bounce back faster, I'd like to conclude the conclave. And if possible, I'd like to call upon all of you for a very safely distanced group photo. Maybe, like we could just stand up on our own seats, and I'll request the hotel team to turn on the lights, and we could take a photo as we conclude the program today. Is that it? Praramba, over to you. Thank you.
We have now finally come to the closure and the end of Kumari Bank Presents Next Growth Conclave 2020, which was the 5th edition of the event this year. We would like to thank all of the participants who made this event a great success. And some takeaways from today's event that we actually felt was the need of the moment is to evolve while facing the challenges. At the same time, we have to have this digital approach to the businesses, doing it in the right way, embracing digitization in our operations, and including this includes is not limited to just the operations, also advertising, playing our own part in becoming the brand ambassadors for our country in terms of promoting Nepal as a tourist destinations and so forth. Any additions from you, Larissa, that actually stays behind and you take away home?
Well, there are so many things that stay from the event today. One, of course, being recognizing opportunities and creating new pathways by acknowledging the circumstances for what they are. And also, of course, having clarity and vision as we move ahead with these circumstances.
Right. So I'm sure there are a lot of different takeaways for each one of us today. Obviously, the event and the keynote speeches are going to be online, so we'll have a lot to watch back again. I'm sure many of us are going to do that, especially the entrepreneurs and the aspiring entrepreneurs who attended the event today.
Lastly, we'd like to thank you all for being a delightful audience and gracing the event today. Now we have come to the end of Kumari Bank Presents Next Growth Conclave 2020 powered by GAPU. We're going to disperse for coffee over networking. We also have Startup Valley outside where startups are exhibiting their products and services. So kindly visit them when you have the time over coffee. Thank you. And we'd like to apologize for the delay of the event. And hopefully we'll see you next year. See you next year.
Thank you so much. Kindly maintain physical distancing, and please take care of yourself as there's this talk about the new strain of coronavirus. Thank you so much.